woman crashes out. Fitz Uncensored. Alright, so we got this melanated sister saying that the melanated brother of the United States is the problem. So let's go and see exactly what she has to say.
Black men is ruining our black communities, and let me explain to you why. So I decided to ask ChatGPT to pull some numbers for me. Black men is the highest out of all the races that are single and unmarried, right? Black women can't marry themselves. That's number one. Number two, the most incarcerated is the black man. Okay? Home ownership, white people is running that. Entrepreneurship, white people is running that. Black home ownership and entrepreneurship, black people's at the bottom. Okay.
Well, it seems to me, sister, that you see some problems and issues, but you're not really targeting the problem and issues. Alright? You need to understand that you're in a lighter pigmented country. Okay? It isn't built for you to be at top. To be all honest, it's built for you to be at the bottom. Alright? And since you asked ChatGPT some things, I have as well, but we will get into that.
Single motherness, black women, highest. Right? But, hold on, wait now. Because black women, out of black men and black women, these are 2024 numbers, has higher education than a black man. And
stop. Just stop. This is the poorest execution of trying to bash black men that I've ever seen. Really. This is a very poorly executed way of bashing black men. Now notice when she got to black women how it's like, hold up, let me add some context. Let me ask just a wild question. I'm gonna ask a wild question that maybe she didn't consider. So she's talking about black men are trash, essentially. They're ruining the community. Who's gonna tell her that a majority of black men were raised by what? Black women.
Black single mothers.
You can't make this up. A majority of black men are raised by black women. And so we have to explore that as well. I don't like these videos where they just come on and try to blame one side. There's plenty of accountability to go around, and we have to add things with context. Okay? When you talk about...
And before you get into your context, brother, I'm glad you brought that up. Now let's go talk to ChatGPT.
Homeowners.
Now, when she talks about the melanated brother of America being the most incarcerated, yes, that is a true statement. But the black Americans only make up 13% of the U.S. population. But 37% of them are in jail. Alright? Which means that's an extreme amount of policing in an area. Okay? And to even further that point, 53% of all exonerations, meaning people wrongfully convicted, then found innocent, 53% of all exonerations since 1989 have been black people. That should let you know that the incarceration rate is a flawed statistic. Okay, because it's targeted in a certain area at a small population of people who aren't always even guilty of their crime. Innocent black people are 7 times more likely to be wrongly convicted. All right, and then that doesn't only stem from like, you know, just going to jail. That goes to the family, that goes to the economics, that goes to everything. All right, so then you want to talk about home ownership. That's predatory lending and housing discrimination. Okay, black people, it's true, we're 30% behind when it comes to home ownership. All right, but even with the same income and credit, black buyers are denied often more and pushed into worse loans. All right, less ownership, less wealth, fewer business owners, less economic stability. All right, yes, white people in their country have 6 to 8 times more wealth than the average melanated person. But they had an 80-year head start. And then every time they keep on putting things in front of us, like the Tulsa, like the predatory lending, like the over policing, like the crack in the ghettos, like the taking over of the music and entertainment. All these things sets us back 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years at a time. Okay? So and also when she speaks about the not being single, both groups being single and not marriage. The thing is, if you do get with a black man and he has kids with you, if they live with the kids, they're the most involved group in the world. Okay, so we can stop all this. All right, let's not just act like, oh, that the melanated man isn't is just nothing's happening. It's a calculated attack on the melanated man. And do we know that? Yes. Should we adjust to it? Of course. But let's not act like they're just doing these things on their own. The question is, why are the people, the lighter pigmented people that seem to have control over the country, allowing these things to happen to this small group of people?
Feel the need to go buy a home if there's not a reason to. That's why you hear women all the time being like, men are so simple. Men don't need this. They could sleep on a cardboard box. Because it's true. If I didn't have a family, bro, there's no way I'm getting a house. But women, oftentimes, they want to do things in reverse order. They want to go get the house and be independent. They want to do this and do that. And they don't even need it. They just want the status symbol. Men are...
And that's the exact same thing when it comes to the education. Yes, they could say that these women are getting these degrees, but most of these degrees are worthless, and a lot of them are not turning into huge economic benefits. All right, it's a status symbol. These degrees are status symbols, and most status symbols are worthless.
are not operating like that when it comes to go buying a home. So that's why we're not going out buying homes if we don't have a family. Next, she talks about incarceration rates and things like that. Well, again, that goes back to who's raising these men. It's primarily black women that are raising effeminate black men who have no emotional control. And yes, you can say, well, black men should be in the house and there's accountability there, and I agree, but we can't just skip out on that stuff and just start bashing black men. We can't skip out on that. And these black men that are out here ruining the community, oftentimes when you look into it, you'll see that they came from an abusive home with an abusive mother that had men running in and out of that house, and there was no stable father figure because she, in part, did not learn and was not willing to cooperate with a man and was not willing to have a man lead her.
That is true. That is very true. That is another thing. Let's not act like men do have their part. It's not just totally whatever, but at the same time, we have to look between the years of 1960 and 2020, because those years, and those are the years when the man was taking out the household the most. This is where we have seen the most destruction within our community. All right, so we have to it is a collective. It's more than one thing, but as a whole, now it's collective. We have to put all that to the side and be like, all right, starting from today, what are we gonna do?
See, you got all the accountability and smoke for black men, but as soon as we start talking about black women, peeps, silence. But let's let her continue.
And on the entrepreneurship, there's more entrepreneurs that are black women than black men. So if you look at all these numbers, you will see that other races are doing better than black men. The black woman is doing better than the black man. Oh, I brought up homicide. Homicide, whether it's the person who's doing the murder or who's getting murdered, the black people, highest ranking in that as well. So I'm like, Well, dang, that's crazy how other races is doing better than black men. Black women is doing better than black men. When are the black men gonna step back and take that leadership? Like, this shit is crazy.
What leadership are you talking about? Are you talking about leadership in this America, bro? What don't y'all understand, bro? The black man, the melanated man, the darker pigmented man is the most attacked person, especially in America, probably on earth. This is the last group of people they want to allow to get any power, bro. Like, what part don't you understand? Every time there is a movement, if you talk about the Philly movement, if you talk about Tulsa, if you talk about Rosewood, if you talk about Chicago, every time you get a group leader of great melanated man, they attack those leaders. Has been a recurring thing. Like, you're not speaking about the things that happen when what you say happens. It happens numerous of times, and some people probably not going to see it. If you see a Tulsa, a Rosewood, a Chicago, a move, right? If you see these things happen, it's hard to tell somebody to do that and not expect bullets, bombs, and aircraft.
And then y'all want to get mad. People are always talking about shit about black men. It's in the numbers.
Like, what's not in the numbers is context, and what's not in the numbers is your brain, because you have not done thorough enough research to understand what's exactly going on. All right, and I'm gonna just leave it right there because I don't really like seeing melanated people attack each other. Constructive criticism, suggestions, and things of that nature to get oneself in a better position and to get those alike in a better position is that's the goal. But it's always sad to see other melanated people bashing other melanated people, but that's another symptom of colonization. All right, nobody, it seems like she loves bashing the black man just as other non-melanated people do. All right, and that seems like she got that from the colonizers. And so hopefully we get it together. But with that being said, shout out to the young man, the YM, and shout out to everybody but the YM the most.